right, welcome back to Mastering MMA. Coach Lee here with you again today. So today we're going to talk about a bond that's formed a lot of times between you and your opponent in a fight. I'm not talking about trading partners. I'm talking about an actual fight, where you go in with the intentions of hurting your opponent, right? There's no two ways about it, right? I'm going to hurt you before you hurt me, so I get the win, basically. But a lot of people who haven't fought, like even people that train that haven't fought, can't understand how you can form a bond through fighting with somebody. And actually, everybody I have fought with, in MMA, I have been cool with afterwards. Except for one guy, he was just kind of a jerk, and from what I understand, he ended up getting arrested for robbing a bank, and just sounds like a real piece of work. But anyways, but everybody else I've been cool with, and actually a lot of them I still keep in touch with through Facebook and such. And I know it's been that way for a lot of other people I know, where they fought somebody and formed a bond that it's different. And a lot of people can't understand how you can go in there and fight somebody and then afterwards be completely cool with them after you all just punched each other in the face and kicked each other and tried to strangle each other and whatever else had happened. So I just wanted to kind of give my insight on this. I think what happens there is it's a respect thing, right? Because there's so few people that are actually willing to step up and do this. And this happens in the streets too. People get in street fights and have a different respect for somebody afterwards, right? Because there's so many people that just like to get out here and just run their mouths, and they don't actually ever really want to back it up or ever will back it up. They just want to talk a lot of trash. And the more skilled I've gotten, the more I've noticed it. Especially when you're out and somebody says something and tries to start running their mouth over something dumb, and then I don't really pay it much attention. I'm just kind of like, look, if you want to fight me, that's cool. If not, like, shut up, go on about your day. But I've noticed so many people, they don't really want to back it up. They just want to run their mouths and try to posture and look tough. And I'm to the point, like, I don't have any reason to posture. Like, if you want to fight, so be it. We can throw hands. If not, then go on about your day, right? Get over whatever you're upset about. But I think after you have a fight with somebody, there's a different level of respect, right? Because they were willing to go through that. And win, lose, draw, whatever, like, there's so few people that are willing to do that and have a straightforward one-on-one fight that I think there's an automatic respect that you give to that person. I've seen people that absolutely hate each other, and then after they have a fight, it's a different story, right? And they might not be best friends, but they've got a different type of respect for the other person. And I guess while we're speaking on this, if you haven't yet, check out Street Beefs. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's backyard fights. But they have a lot of fights where it's people that have some type of argument, a beef to say. But they've got, for whatever reason, they've got a dislike between each other. And from my understanding, like, a lot of people have come in there and fought, and then they've not necessarily been like the best of friends, but they've gotten a different level of respect for the other person, and they've gotten over their issues, right? And that happens in the competition world as well a lot. But you see fighters just go at each other. I mean, just saying some of the worst stuff to each other leading up to a fight, and go in there and honestly try to hurt each other, right? They are looking to do damage. They're not just looking to win a fight. They're looking to hurt the other person. But afterwards, there's a different kind of respect. It's crazy. I don't even think you can count the number of guys that have had a legit issue with each other going into a fight, and after the fight, hugged each other and had a different level of respect for the other person. It's just amazing. And I think that's what it is because it's so many people that are willing to do that, right? There's so many people that are going to run their mouths, but very few that will actually willing to even try to back up what they're saying. So I honestly believe that's why there's so much camaraderie after two people fight. And I'll touch on this a little bit too. Like a lot of people don't understand how I can go in there and try to hurt somebody without having any kind of issue with them, right? Just some random person that I've been signed up to fight. And to me, it's no different than if I'm going to play basketball or baseball or football or hockey or whatever sport, right? To me, it's just a competition. It just so happens that I win this competition by hurting my opponent. So if that's what it takes, then that's what I'm going to do, right? And so many people can't understand this. And it's on the flip side of the coin, it's hard for me to understand how they can't understand that, but they can understand a football player going in for just a real vicious sack, right? And celebrate that and not understand how I can fight somebody without having an issue. It's really is. It's the same thing, right? I don't have to have an issue to fight somebody. Granted, if I do have an issue, makes it even easier, I guess. But but for me, it's all about just the competition side of it. Now, if me or my family was in danger, then that's a whole other story. But you're still gonna get it, right? But I can do it without having any kind of anger, without having any kind of emotion in it. And I know people that have to get hyped up before the fights and this, that, and the other. And honestly, I'm cracking jokes on the way out to the arena, right? Like, we'll be in the backstage warming up or whatever, and I'm joking around with my team and my coaches and whatever else. But then there's other people that have to get fired up, right? They have to have that emotion to drive them. So it varies from fighter to fighter. But it is truly amazing how many people get along with a person better after they've had a fight. And honestly, this isn't necessarily fight-wise, but, most of my closest friends I've punched in the face, right? Because they've been a training partner at one point or another. And it's just a crazy bond that you form between that. And it's also formed between somebody that you're having an actual fight with, which is kind of crazy and amazing at the same time, I believe, that it'll go down like that. But I just wanted to touch on that a little bit because, I've heard multiple people ask about it. They've asked me and heard them talk to other people about it. But like I say, if you haven't, check out Street Beefs. It's backyard fights. Like I say, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's worth a look. They've got a huge YouTube page, and I'll try to put a link in the description for you all so you can check that out. But anyways, if you haven't yet, hit like on this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Please Google Mastering MMA, leave me a 5-star review there. I see in the stats where piles of people have Googled it, but most of y'all haven't left a review. So if you click on the little reviews tab and then it'll ask you to do it, that would help me out a lot, both for this channel and as we open up a physical gym for people to train at in person. So that would help out a lot. Join the Facebook group if you haven't. Lots of good information. There's lots of updates going on in there, especially with all this COVID-19 stuff going around and the UFC fights. There's updates coming out constantly about that. So there's people posting that stuff in there. So it'll help you keep up to date with that stuff if you're interested too. Lots of funny memes, things like that. So if you could, do all that for me. In the comments, let me know how things have gone with you and your fights. Are you cool with people afterwards? Do you have hate for them? Do you have hate before the fights and then things change or stay the same? Let me know how that plays out for you all. And then I guess we will catch you all next time on Mastering MMA with Coach Lee.